So the reason Harry Maguire is significantly better as a central centre-back in a back 5, compared to when he's playing in a centre-back pairing in a back 4 is pretty simple. It protects against these weaknesses and allows these strengths to be highlighted further. And that's because just logically, with an extra player in the deeper part of the pitch, Maguire can focus less on picking up individual players inside of the box, concentrating more on getting his positioning and his body stance correct from these crossing positions. And we saw this throughout the game against Arsenal, as whenever Arsenal put in a high cross into the box, Maguire with De Ligt and Martinez either side of him is able to essentially be the free man and pick up a central position, and his aerial ability and physicality makes him a magnet to the ball. Here you can see as Martinelli has the ball in a crossing position, Havertz and Moreno are positioned towards the near post, and they can be picked up by De Ligt and Ugarte. Dalot has Timber at the back post, and even with Odegaard creeping in from the edge of the box, Martinez is also a free man, and so he's able to move out if there's a cutback, which enables Maguire to focus on defending this central area, from where he's probably world class when it comes to winning these aerial duels, but not just winning them, also getting enough contact on his header to actually clear the box. And even when Arsenal managed to recycle the ball down their right side in the final third, you can still see the benefit of having the extra centre-back in the back line, as when Odegaard manages to feed the ball down the side of Bruno Fernandes and release Timber into a crossing position inside of the box, which is going to happen at some point throughout a full game, the extra centre-back in the back line enables Alessandro Martinez to race out to close down this space, knowing that he has Maguire and De Ligt behind him, and Ugarte dropping back into the box from the midfield line as well. From here, De Ligt and Mazraoui are able to deal with Havertz and Moreno at the far post, allowing Maguire to focus not on marking an individual player, but instead positioning himself to cut off the pass before it even gets to Havertz in behind, and he does this incredibly well, reading the play and dropping off whilst also getting his body positioning correct, so that when the cross does arrive he can just open up his body and then make the clearance. The other reason as to why Maguire is significantly better with two centre-backs either side of him is because the extra player in the back line reduces the space he has to cover, particularly in wide areas, as with De Ligt and Martinez there, it's very rare that Maguire is going to get drawn out wide into the channels where his lack of pace could be exploited. However, there was one piece of play where we did see Maguire's lack of turning pace almost exploited. But before that, a quick reminder, I do have an in-game Instagram group chat where we do have discussion and analysis throughout the Manchester United games, as well as Q&As at the start and at the end of the week. I will also be releasing a tactical ebook towards the end of the month, so if you are in the group chat when that comes out, you will get it for free and it will save you a bit of money. So I'll leave the Patreon linked in all the usual places. In this clip we see Martin Odegaard driving into the United half with the ball, and straight away we can see the benefits of having an extra player in the back line, as Dalot is able to track the run of Havertz down the outside, De Ligt is on Martinelli, Martinez is able to step out of the back line to close down the space for Odegaard, which then allows Maguire to retain this central position as the free defender. However, in this example, I think likely due to the disguise that Odegaard has in his technique, initially shaping like he's going to play the pass down the inside of Dalot for the run of Havertz, before turning his body late, Maguire hasn't shifted over to his left side enough, and I think he's positioned a little too close to De Ligt on his outside, and so this opens up the passing lane for Odegaard to find Martinelli's run between De Ligt and Maguire. Now first of all, I think this is where having a quicker right-sided centre-back, someone like Konate or Saliba, could be beneficial, as De Ligt probably should be the one to track Martinelli's run. However, Maguire's pace is also at fault here, as he does take an age to turn, allowing Martinelli to get goal side, and maybe if this is a truly elite level player, someone like an Mbappe or Vinicius, they are probably able to race away from Maguire and De Ligt and get into a shooting position. But to be fair, Maguire takes advantage of Martinelli's inefficiency when looking to shift the ball into a shooting position, and also shows excellent composure to not dive in, as we have seen De Ligt do recently, with the Gakpo goal against Liverpool coming to mind, and instead Maguire waits for Martinelli to draw his right foot back and then jumps in to make a perfectly timed block. And so from a defensive point of view, the extra centre-back in the back line not only protects against Maguire's weaknesses, but also allows him to focus on his positioning inside of the box, from where when it comes to cutting out crosses either on the ground but particularly in the air, he's arguably one of the best centre-backs in the league. If you do want to see an example of what Maguire offers in possession from that central centre-back position, check out my analysis of Bruno Fernandes' goal against Arsenal. I'll leave that video linked in the description and on the end screen now, along with my Patreon as well.